Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. We are on week 3 of Artfight. Side note, I will be in France performing when this video goes up, so if I seem like I've disappeared off the face of the earth, that's why. I'm actually making this the day before I leave because I'm so organized and did everything really early in the week, I promise. Okay, let's just, get straight into it because I have nothing to talk about. As always, here is my Artfight profile, and any and all artists in this video will have their socials linked in the description, so please check them all out. So the first character I did was actually one of you guys' OCs, and that is Idola by JazzSnyder. Idola is a 17-year-old fairy or fly that loves to get into trouble. Some may even say she's mischievous too. She has a bubbly personality and often acts like a child. Idola can change her height from 1 foot to 5'2" anytime, but mostly sticks to 4'3". I have to be honest, guys, I love Idola's hair. Anytime I see any type of space buns or anything close to space buns, I'm like immediately sold. Fabulous, give me 14 of them right now. I also love stripes, so listen, at this point we know I'm biased to certain things and designs. I'm not even going to pretend anymore. I saw Idola and I was like, that one, I'm doing that one. I wanted to bring across Idola's bubbly nature in the drawing, so off to Pinterest it was to find a pose. The one thing that I wish I did differently, though, when I was drawing Idola was I wish I used a bigger canvas so that I could include the detail of her star eyes, because I love the little stars. But by the time I realized I was working too small, I had already finished the colors and part of the shading. So rather than size up the canvas and then spend ages trying to line up the colors and shading with the line art and possibly have to fix it from looking blurry, I kind of just cut my losses because that would have added like an extra hour onto the drawing time for this. Side note though, if any of you know how to select multiple layers on IBI's paint to like size them up or down or like transform them or whatever, let me know, because I like going through everything layer by layer to change the size of something and trying to line them all up is very time consuming. Also, I did almost forget her wings and the leaf in her hair. I'm just going to admit that right now, but let's just all be proud of me because I actually remembered them, okay? I seriously don't know how I forget things so easily when I have the reference image right beside me. I'm a little bit thick, okay? I also read up on the character before I draw them every single time. So I had already read that she was like a flyer fairy, and I just forgot the wings for like a solid 20 minutes of drawing this character. Side note, JazzSnyder sent me back an attack after this, and holy moly, it is so cool. Like, seriously, check them out. Thank you so much, JazzSnyder. Anyway, here's Idola, and now on to the next character. The next character I drew is a character that has yet to be named by DollTerrors, and she's a dragon woman, or maybe even queen. I really want to know more about this character because her design is just so gorgeous. Look at her. She looks like an actual goddess. Like, if you told me that she was the god of something, I'd be like, yes, she is. I really like her. And I have gods in my story. You guys know this. I'm not going to go into it because I have to remake all those videos anyway. But when I do gods, I oftentimes over cramp their designs, which is why there's one or two that I just haven't designed because I'm so scared I'm going to over cramp their designs. When certain characters, they need to just dress elegantly, and this is one of those characters because her hair is so like regal and like commanding, and then she has these sharp horns, but her dress is so simple but elegant, and then the inclusion of the necklace is just mwah, 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 mwah. I love this design so much. And then the tail being included to like bring back the whole like she's strong, she's this figure of authority. It works so well. Like I was fangirling a bit at this design, I'm not even gonna lie. You guys are so good at designing characters. You need to stop because this isn't fair. Also, a side note, I absolutely love the greenish accents. And I love how DollTerrors blended them in so well by having her nails be green as well. Like, I always struggle. This is me being really honest right now. I really struggle with putting accent colors in designs. And I love when people do it, because I always feel like I add either too much of the color or too little, and then it just doesn't work. But DollTerrors has used like the literal perfect amount, and words cannot describe how much I love this design. I'm serious. I am in love. Anyway, here's our currently nameless queen, and on to the next OC. The next OC I drew is Cricket by Jaambee, A rowdy alien girl who likes video games, monster movies, and pretty much any food you put in front of her. Careful with acidic foods though. Cricket is an insect type and has the ability to spit highly concentrated acid. Now, Jaambee has done so much world building on the species. They're called Earthlings, and they come in 10 element types. But instead of me telling you about all of this, if you want to know more about the Earthlings, maybe you should go check out Jaambee and give them a little follow. I'm just saying, wink wink nudge nudge. Anyway, I love cricket because I am she is me. I also love video games, monster movies, and food, and acidic foods also makes my tummy hurt sometimes. I'm just kidding, but look at her color palette, like genuinely look at her color palette. She's giving watermelon summary vibes, and I love it so much, and it really fits her character. Especially because she likes video games and she likes these things that have bright colors in them, and she has bright colors and it works really. I could go on, sorry. I mean, come on, like it's cool, okay? I'm allowed to nerd out about these things. Anyway, I want a 6-season long series on the Earthlings and multiple comics, please and thank you. Also, a video game would be nice, so Jaambee, you better get on it, is all I'm saying. Because I don't know, if not, I don't know, I'm coming to your house. No, I'm not, I'm joking. But actually, seriously, like, I was reading up on these then when I was making this video, making the script, and I am really invested now. I love world building. You guys probably know this because the amount of videos I've made where I just talk about, like, species and things in my series and don't actually talk about the story. I don't know how my story ends. There's a fun fact for you. I don't know, but I could tell you about multiple different cultures in my story because I love world building, okay? It's just my thing. My cousin always gives out to me about it because she loves story. Soz, but that's just me. Anyway, went off on a bit of a tangent, but because she's like this spotty alien, I wanted to try and like texture her a bit. So I used the sparkle brush on IBIS Paint because she shines. And also, I kind of like how it turned out. Like, low-key. Like, listen, it's no Krita texture brush. And it's no, like, have you ever added the, pixely texture on top of your work? You can do that in pretty much any drawing software. But I wanted to try something different because I always do that when I'm working on IBS Paint and I want a bit of texture in the drawing. So I decided to use the sparkle brush. I don't know what it's called, but it's called something like the sequence brush. But sparkle brush just works better, I think. Yeah, also, I'm going to nerd out for like 2 seconds longer and then I'll stop, I promise. But I love how her hair is also like in a horn shape. I think it's so cool. Sorry, I just love this character so much. I like literally this video, I have loved every single character. Anyway, here's Cricket, and now on to my final drawing and possibly the most important drawing of this week.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them, to die, to sleep. Sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, is the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of disprized love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes. When he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus, the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment, with this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
So, I think I've successfully reached my peak as an artist, and I don't think I can make any further improvements. On a serious note though, I spent like way too long on this, and I only did it because I mentioned the idea to my brother when I saw Rupert, and he said I had to do it. So everyone say thank you, Jack, in the comments. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Irish word of the week is spare, which means sky, because I forgot about it again, and I just had to think about one off the top of my head. I've probably used that one before, but anyway.